It's time for the Chips and Salsa Show.
The only show about Latinos for Latinos. And did we mention Latinos?
It's the Latísima.
Latinos come in all flavors, shapes, and sizes. You don't have to be Latino to enjoy chips and salsa.
Everybody loves chips and salsa.
Welcome to your Chips and Salsa Show. This is Don Jorge El Alacran. And welcome, Chipsters. I hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. This is November the 28th, and we are back. Same outfit, but we're back with part 2 of Veronica and her story and her trials and tribulations in her country, and then coming to the United States and becoming a strong Republican from being in a socialist democratic country. And she had a lot of ups and downs. The country went through a coup at the when she was giving birth to her first son, and she had to rustle down to the basement when the bombs were hitting and stuff. She
We can't forget that she was delivering too. She
delivered the child, but then she went.
She was delivering the
down
child
to the basement.
Yeah,
and after the war ended, this little small war, the coup, she started her family. She had another child. Her and her husband were working, and she kept having problems with medical problems with her hearing, and she had several operations, and still couldn't figure out what the problems was. So she told us that she met a Chinese lady that going to the seminar, she found out that this lady practiced holistic medicine or natural cure medicine, and the Chinese are pretty good at this, and the lady was able to with time, find out that maybe her kidneys weren't functioning properly. So she went to the hospital, and sure enough, that's what it was. And so through holistic medicine, she was able to fix that problem. Her and her husband, they practiced this procedures and stuff. Then they found out their youngest son also had ear problems, and he was treated through this healing process, and with time, she started her business in this, and I guess the business was going so good that her and her husband had issues, and with time they separated, and he, through the court system over there, since it's a backward country over there, they ruled against her, the kids and her husband, and she eventually moved because they were already separated. She moved and started her, because she had to give up her business and everything, which was very prosperous, and she moved to what country was it?
It was a hometown first.
First.
So she moved to another hometown, and she started her business again on her own with her friend who got her involved in the business, and that's where we left the last segment. And she's going to be talking how she transitioned to the United States, and she is with LD 8 now, and she's very involved with the Republican Party, and trying to get more PCs signed up, trying to get more conservative Republicans to vote. She's a Trump fan, so she's got my ear, and she's going to talk a little bit about. You're going to tell us now the transition when you came to the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Could you tell us?
Yeah. So
can I just interrupt?
Sure.
Real quick. The country you came from, your home country again?
Slovakia.
It was former Yugoslavia.
Yugoslavia.
And then we had war for independent Republic of Slovenia.
Slovenia.
So now the country is called Slovenia.
Slovenia.
It's right on the border with Italy.
Italy. Okay.
Venice area.
And another interesting thing, you were part of, or you your family was part of when the Berlin Wall came down.
Yeah, my one of my that's another interesting story. How my brother and sister were taken way earlier, maybe in '60s, late '60s. They were the bus came in the village and took my brother and sister to Germany.
To Germany.
And there was no phones, no nothing. I remember my mom crying, and because they were doing that, I believe it was intentional or political, and then they brought different people to our country.
Okay. So now you're transitioning from there. Now I guess we'll take it up from.
You came to the United States. Was this because you were offered better opportunity here because of your business?
No, but actually, after, unfortunately, I lost my family and my husband moved with my kids to Australia.
Right.
So I moved to New Zealand. I sold my business in Slovenia and moved to help and work with that lady under which I studied.
You said, okay.
Yeah, I continued studying in New Zealand. And then I would have friends from United States, from Arizona, because there were some people here who were doing the same practice that I was doing.
Okay.
And so the gentleman who was a part of that family, we became very good friends. He came and visited me many times to Slovenia while I was doing my hometown business. And that's how they kind of find out about me. It was a very successful business. Helping so many people was beautiful.
How long ago was that?
That was in this was like when I moved. This was 1998.
When you came to the United States?
No, that was where I still worked back in my country before 2000.
2000. Okay.
And just on the blink of 2000, I sold my business and moved to New Zealand. Yeah.
So when did you come to the United States? What year?
In the United States, I came in 2001.
2001.
Yeah.
And were you already leaning towards being a conservative, or that's something that you picked up when you were here? Well, how did that come about?
I have to say yes. Yes. I voted for Obama in 2008. I became a citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a lot of people did because he was a hope and change. You know, and he made people believe there was hope and change, but there wasn't hope and change. It was a big cloud of things that he started that to this day it's affecting our country.
Yes.
So, but
I don't think
so you voted for Obama, and then what made you switch to the Republican Party? I mean, what? There was something that.
Well,
did you just feel disenchanted with
it? Go ahead.
Obama, no change. I was just going to say, there was no change. Not even no change in the pocket. Only lint. There was only lint. So you changed. What, like George was saying, what kind of got your curiosity? You had voted for Obama. Of course, you thought about the Democrat Party, voting for him. What kind of made you change over, or what made you think of the Republican Party?
It's a process. It's like every person, it's like a personal growth, I believe. I just started to see some kind of like a signs. Like, for instance, with the, remember that attack on that embassy, what is called, in 2012? When Obama, what was that called? Benghazi? Benghazi.
I believe it.
Benghazi shifted for me because I just knew I had a discernment that something was off. Something was not okay there.
So were you with the Democratic Party, or were you an independent?
I was independent.
Independent. Okay.
Okay.
And that's when you voted for Obama, or were you a Democrat?
No, I didn't even understand Democrat Republic. I knew that my husband told me you can choose either one.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, I don't know much. I will just be independent.
Okay. Yeah, because there's a lot of confusion because they tell you they're helping you and they don't help you. And if you listen just to CNN or NBC, it tells you one side. But if you listen to Fox and some of the social media, they tell you a different part. And then you start opening your eyes, I think.
Yeah.
So what got you interested in the PC, becoming a PC? How did that happen?
Well, I have no family here. My kids, they stay with their father. because it's a long story on that
Right.
part. I tried everything to get him back. It's a lot of different layers that I don't even.
Right.
Right.
God knows.
Right.
It's
Right.
all good
Right.
for something. I pray for my kids every day, and I miss them so much. But the what you said with the party, you said with
Yeah, because you started with the
the
as an independent, and then you
Aha.
moved slowly towards
Yeah.
the Republican Party. So you became a conservative,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got involved with the legislative district
Yeah.
8. How did that start? I know you lived in the area to be
Yeah.
in legislative district number 8.
No, I know. I just first of all, like in 2015, when
Uh.
Trump came down that escalator, I was like I started to pay attention more to
Right.
politics,
What's that?
and then I
Okay.
liked what he said because I've realized there is something about Obama that he was telling you sweet lies, but when you turn around, he would backstab you, or
Right.
it was a sweet lie and attract you, but reality didn't match and didn't trust Hillary Clinton right off the bat. Something was off with her. I just couldn't put like finger on it. Why? And then until Trump showed up, and then I realized this man, it speaks the truth even when it hurts. See, because
Oh, yeah.
sometimes
Yeah, sometimes he says things that some people say, "Damn, why did he say that?" He
What
didn't have
is
to
it?
say that,
Yeah.
but that's what he feels in his heart, and he tells you the way he feels. And some people don't like it, but to me, he's truthful. You know, I'm gonna tear down the wall. All the other candidates wouldn't want to touch that, but he did. He said, "I'm gonna tear down the wall. I'm gonna stop business with China." People like they didn't. The other candidates, Jeff Bush, and Rubio,
Romney.
they were all saying that they were all afraid to touch the topics that he was
yeah,
saying that he was going to do, and people liked that. People liked him being truthful.
yes,
We hadn't had that in a while. A candidate that actually told you what he was going to do and then did it. He actually did what he said he was going to do. People don't like that. He said he was going to get rid of the deep state, and if he would have been another term as president, which he's going to get, by the way, he's going to be president. I don't care what anybody says. Trump will be president, and when he's president, he's going to continue building that wall. He's going to continue going after the deep state, and he's already said that he's going to be a little bit more different and more stern than he was, because he allowed other people to kind of maneuver him in the wrong direction, I think, and some of the people that he had a lot of confidence in. But back to what you were talking about, the LD8. Okay, so you got introduced to somebody from the LD that invited you to join, or how did you find out?
Can I step back a little bit?
Yeah.
Sure.
Can I step back a little? You had mentioned that with Obama, you voted for him, but you noticed something that was not right.
yeah.
Let me ask you this: did it seem like that was a little bit bringing back a government maybe from your home?
I didn't understand much about government then,
Uh-huh.
but I probably felt in my heart if somebody was telling the truth or somebody was not telling, give you some, bull.
It gave you some bull about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then with the Hillary, I never could trust this woman. I just, and I was apolitical, like even my kids, like my oldest son, like, Mom, you were never political, how come?
Yeah.
And I really don't know, but what I've started when the Trump came down the escalator, I've started to look for the groups. And I said, where are some people? Why are we not gathering together? We need to discuss about those things.
Right.
Politics, it's about talking, about expressing, about praying about. So I was just, I don't know how I went to the phone book or something, or online. I found this Ron Luthers Tea Party on
Ron
Oh.
Lutter.
Ron Luthers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was going there every Monday, and I was dragging some young people with me. I said, "You need to come. You need to come." There is like no young people. Like,
Yeah.
somebody needs to take the show. Something happened. Like I was concerned for the well-being of the party of
Yes.
the America, so to speak. And then I just. At that point, when I was there for many years, I was coming and I was like getting to know people, listen to the stories. Somebody said, "Veronica, why don't become a PC?" What do you mean? Politically correct? PC.
See.
I had no idea. That was like in 2017. And I think, and then I become so happy about this. Really, we can be involved in our own party
Yeah.
and we can participate. Yeah, you can. And then, so I become in LD23 was that at that time. I become a pet PC in LD23.
And then what neighborhood did you live in? I mean,
Right now, where I live now in south area of Scottsdale,
So
Tempe,
Tempe.
Phoenix.
around
Oh.
Tempe, Phoenix.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, is that more liberal in that area, or is it a lot of Republicans? Because I'm not, because that's the college area, isn't it? Around
Yeah,
the college.
Tempe College, but I'm a little bit more like with residential areas.
Residential and
And
everything.
it just I didn't pay attention. I just find out, okay, here it is. I'm a Republican now because of Trump. I wanted to become Republican to support him.
Yeah.
And then when I became a PC, I just took this to my heart and I start knocking. I said, "Can you give me the list of people who are Republicans in my neighborhood?" So they gave me the list and I went and knocked on the door, introduced myself. They gave me some flyers, what to, and then I just went door to door. And it was a beautiful thing
So
because
you talked when you went door to door, because you still have your accent. So when you went door to door and you spoke to people, did you talk to some Democrats, some Independents, a lot of Republicans, or were you just going to because sometimes they give you the list of just the Republicans,
Yes.
and sometimes you go just to their houses. Did you go to different houses or?
I asked for Republicans.
Yeah.
I wanted to just go to Republicans
Just to-
because
oh,
I
okay.
become a
Okay.
Republican.
So you were more welcome in those
But
to those homes. But there's some PCs that they go to Democrats, they go to Republicans, they go to Independents because they want to see if they could change their point of view. A lot of times you can't, but I mean, and coming from just starting, I mean, I must be kind of hard unless you just went to Republicans. I mean, that's different.
yes, I asked just for Republican. They gave us Republican lists, and I
okay.
felt comfortable
Okay.
because I've never done this in my life. Like now, I totally agree with you. It will be great to go to any door and, and no matter the affiliation.
You
Yeah.
become like an evangelist, or
For Trump,
For Trump.
where you
yeah.
just where
For
you
Trump.
just talk about the Republican Party and you just say, hey, I'm
And
this is the party I represent, but I respect your party, but let's have a discussion. That's hard to do sometimes, but if you get good at it, some people do change their mind. You could sway them.
And I think a lot with your Veronica, with your story, just your story alone, and that alone, just talking to people, a lot of people need to hear that when you go out and talk, because I that would make them think. Because sometimes I think people around us here in America, sometimes we don't know really what freedom is.
yeah,
We don't know what freedom is,
yeah,
and we don't know how good freedom is. You do.
I do.
You know exactly how good freedom is,
Thank you.
because you have been from a country that I'm amazed, because you just said when the Berlin Wall went down, that people didn't know what it was to go to a restaurant, or even to buy a bread, or of go to a store.
choice.
Or yeah,
Have
a
a
choice.
choice.
Have a choice. And here we have a choice, and yet people are saying, yeah, they just don't like the freedom of something.
Now,
And you got a great story.
now compared to the country you were at, when you go into a supermarket and you see all the different products, does it kind of make you think, what it could have been if the country was just different over there?
There is, well, this
Or
was
is it the same?
no. Now it's not much different anymore. It's everybody's McDonald's.
Yeah.
Everybody's westernized.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Now, but this was like early on before the Berlin Wall, and
Berlin.
when Berlin Wall came, that shift happened, paradigm shift, I call it, I
Right.
believe. And just to say back about you were asking, how I get involved is I just wanted to know who my neighbors are, and
That's good.
I love
Yeah.
Trump enough that because I was feeling safe. There are Republicans. I knock on the door, say, "I'm your neighbor. I'm with the Republican Party, and I would like to know what you think, how you feel, what's going on. Just establish relationship
Right.
with the person."
Did you get a lot of people to become PCs through your
Mhm.
door knocking, and because that's what we want our
Yeah.
PCs to do?
Yeah,
Because you're in charge of your district or your area, your PC,
your neighborhood.
precinct,
Yeah,
and so your job is to try to recruit them, try to give them the information, and invite them to the meeting, to the legislative meeting, and if they want to, they could become PCs in your area. So because you have certain amount of PCs that you can recruit, and you can recruit more, but you have a certain number that you want to
Yes.
recruit, and then you can go over that, and they'd be PCs in waiting, right?
yeah. So,
So-
every party has a number of seats for the party.
Right.
Every party has every precinct. So district is divided in small neighborhoods, and you have certain amount of seats.
Exactly.
So,
And
except,
so we have, like, in my precinct, it's about seven. I think
7.
7 exactly.
That's a good
but
size.
But there are many who have 14, like
Oh.
even
Yeah.
more. Depends how big it is.
it's something that people don't understand too. As being a PC is something that they think, oh, just a PC is not really nothing. You're a PC. So
They
now-
don't understand.
Then they don't understand the power that they have of when we say we the people. Yeah, we the people of PCs.
We the
There,
PCs.
yeah, there are legislators who know how much of power a PC will have. So, and there's those that sometimes they don't know.
They don't tell us.
They don't tell you
That's
because they
how-
don't want you to know.
No, they don't want you to.
They don't
know.
want you to know. But a PC has very much a lot of power and control because we the people.
Yes.
It's we the people.
And then that's why we
Yeah.
have to get engaged in our, like in the Bible said, love thy neighbor, get to
Yeah.
know your neighbor,
You have two.
and then you build something. Like, it's so fundamental.
You have two people running in your PC on your legislative district. Is that one for Senate and one for?
Yeah.
Because you
My-
have two openings. You have one House of Representative and one Senate, or do you have two?
We have two now. Our District 8 is completely Democrat.
Right.
We don't have no representatives.
Yeah.
Republicans.
Right. That's like
Yeah.
LD 22.
Mhm.
We have two
Mhm.
House of Representatives and
Yeah.
one senator. And right now we're running 3 candidates, 2 for the House and 1 for Senate, because we want to take it over.
Of course.
Now, you have 1 or 2 House of Representatives in your district.
Yes.
Oh, you don't.
Democrats.
Right, right.
They're
but
all
I mean,
Democrat.
there's
Just
2
one.
offices.
Just have each. They have one.
One of
Like
each.
One
for
of
each,
each.
Yeah.
One
Oh,
of each.
okay.
Yeah.
So, and then you have one candidate, Roxanne. What was it?
Roxanne. I don't even know her last
Roxanne?
name.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Roxanne. She's running for the Senate or the House.
I'm not sure. I think it's House, but I'm not sure.
House.
Sorry about
Okay.
And the other one is
that. Caden.
Caden.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
And Caden's running for Senate, right?
I'm not sure. I'm so sorry.
Senator.
So,
We have so much work right now.
so
What's he getting
remember
there?
LD8 because we want to help them out any way you can to those candidates because we want to get more candidates and more from different districts to go ahead and win their elections. We want to get conservatives in the party now. Could you talk a little bit about the church? You gave me a flyer here about the church that you're.
May I just to say something about PC first?
Oh yeah.
The way we can, this is my experience, the way we can help those candidates, we need to fill up empty slots.
Right.
Yes.
When you are Republican, I'm learning every day, George. Even now, after so many years, like I couldn't believe that so many people say, "Oh, I'm such a good Republican. I vote R down the ballot,"
Yeah.
and they vote everybody Republican, but they don't understand that we need to be really selective. Not every Republican do what Republicans should be doing,
Yes.
and it's called uniparty. So that's why it's so important for find someone who is a precinct committeeman and feel and get to know your neighbors and talk to them and find out. I want, of course, Trump supporters because we want to make America great again. Because why? This man is going through so much right now,
Yeah.
and they drag him through the mud. We cannot just leave him. We have to stick with him
Correct.
in order to have him win, because otherwise,
I think the party's doing that because
Yeah.
he's polling 50 or more percent
Okay.
above the other ones.
Yeah. And also, if we get those that within the state also legislators that are running for state office that are Trump supporters, then we really got in the state. So we really got to work on the state also because it can flip real quick.
So, do you guys do things where you guys go out in the community as a LD and have like little get-togethers and then just go out in groups?
well, interesting. That's a good question. We basically meet once a month, like every district,
Right.
but we just did something very special. We met at my friend's house for 2 weekends. 2 weekends. We met and had a movie. Watching movie. It's called
Yeah.
Biblical Citizenship. It is so special, and they teach us about Constitution. So we come together, and we had 4 hours, 2 hours before
Yeah.
noon and 2 hours after, and we watch this movie. And there is a little booklet. If you fill it up, to people understand how our founding father were amazing, how they escaped this persecution, and how they lied to us about many things about pilgrimage. They lied about that there are some white supremacists. These people were so humble, believed in God, loved this country, and our children are no longer taught those things.
Yeah.
And that's why we are doing that in my district right now.
Well, I think we got to educate our children because our children don't know the real history. I remember when I was in school, I had to learn the Constitution, the preamble to the Constitution, the
Yeah.
Bill of Rights.
Right.
That was all mandatory. And cursive writing.
Cursive writing. Yes, cursive writing.
You write something in cursive, kids don't know what that is. They're like, I can't read it.
It's so
So
important.
it's our like George says, our education has to be fixed. But it boils down to we
got-
the people.
We got socialist teachers.
Yeah, that's true. That's why we in every school, everything we have to and it starts with PCs. Go out there and recruit and get Trump-loving Trump people, those that are loving for the country and love freedom, in office.
We need to start with the school boards. Put conservatives in the school boards, and then from the school boards go to the city councils.
Mhm.
And change the city councils that are liberal into conservative city councils that represent the people.
Yeah.
And as PCs, that's where our job is to tell our people as we knock on the door, have you ever considered being a school board member in your school area? Your kids, are they still in school? You can be a school member or PTA.
PTA
We don't. They try to get rid of the PTAs.
Parent
you know?
Teachers
Association.
Association.
Oh, okay.
Parent Teachers Association.
Oh, interesting.
And that, for years, people were part of the PTA, but they've moved the PTA almost.
Yeah,
you
out.
know.
It's out.
And they've gotten a lot of liberals running for school boards. So a lot of the school boards are being run by liberals now. So that's why we have to get more people, more conservatives,
More conservatives out
to
there.
run. And that's the easiest one to win in an office is a school board in your community. And then from there you move up, you know, to city council and something else. But yeah, I mean, that's crazy. And how your meetings, I know they're once a month. You have speakers come in and they do speak, right? Candidates. So how's that? That works out pretty good. How big is your legislative district? Is it pretty big? I mean,
not sure how big it is,
Well-
but we have a big fights because
well, the meetings. I mean, is it?
it's
a
about
lot of
100 people.
Oh, that's good. That's a good.
Yeah. I know maybe less, maybe sometimes 60 or 40. Sometimes it depends.
That's
on,
good.
And
But
and,
that is a key.
and do you get people from your precinct to attend those meetings too?
Yes, I have amazing. I just admitted to the group of people that I was, recruiting for a while.
Awesome.
I said I cannot do this by myself. It will be nice if I can get some help. And now we have 2 vice chairs for my neighborhood.
Good.
Oh, that's good.
great.
And,
That's
and
great.
but the key that I learned that I want to address is so important. In this district, previous district I didn't know, but in this district we have evolved so much. We know now what the parliamentary rules of orders are.
Good.
We know
Great.
how to, we have 3. You have 3 rights as a PC: attend, then you have motion, because when the board has to present a business and ask at the end of the meeting, what is a new business? Do you have an issue? You present whatever it is on your heart. You have a freedom to present that. If you have one person back second you, I second that motion, then the issue becomes the issue of the body, and then it goes to debate, and then we debate, and then we vote, and the legislative board is basically needs to be neutral and allowing people to exercise those
Yes.
parliamentary rules, and it's a beautiful thing. These are the civics. They were taken from school just like a Bible was taken from school.
Yep.
Because they
Correct.
don't want us to know how to have good meetings, how to be civil with each other, how to agree to disagree, how to debate.
Yeah.
I love it. I feel like America is progressing. I feel encouraged. We criticize politicians if they don't do their job, especially our legislators.
Yeah.
They are not doing their job. 2022 election, look, machines were down. Nearly 60% machines were down.
Yeah.
And they didn't even
Yeah.
do nothing about it.
Yeah. That's something. That's another big story.
Yes. Do you see a new awakening in your PC in your legislative district with more PCs signing on recently, or is it kind of slowed down?
Well, it depends, of the individual. My precinct is pretty full. I say if anybody needs help, I go and help them. We help one another
Okay.
because everybody has.
How many PCs do you have in your precinct now?
We have 7.
You have 7 elected PCs.
Yes,
Okay.
Right.
How about
not all elected. I was elected because you have
right?
already
Right.
been appointed.
Deadline and
Important.
stuff.
Yeah, the
Now,
deadline.
what about the PC captain? Do you have a PC captain?
Well, this is another story. It just we never appointed PC captain because
and you don't have to really, but
Yeah.
but
it just kind
as
of
long
never-
as your group, your PC, your group and your precinct is strong enough, and they go knocking on doors, you don't need a really captain. But that's something that it's in the system that's set up.
it's good to have a
Okay.
captain. Yeah.
I like to. Could you talk about the church?
Yes, this
real quick?
amazing church. I was Easter Sunday in April. I continue with my practice that I've learned about praying to God and all that.
Right.
And so I like to go to the park and I worship. I was there and I suddenly hear the beautiful music in the park. Like, what is the angels are singing? And the church was in the park. and it's a Hispanic,
Oh, yeah.
Hispanic church, and the pastor is fantastic. It's a beautiful family-oriented church, and I feel a lot of God presence and a sense of family because I don't have a family, biological family here.
Mm-hmm.
So I find a connection with them, and
Then you got Catholic
Right.
churches, you got Protestant churches, you got Baptist churches.
yeah.
You know, it's nice that they have churches in your community that you feel. And did they welcome you as as a
Absolutely. They say
Right.
one time you're a guest, second time you're a family.
Your family.
That's
That's
good.
great.
And
That's
then
good.
last night, couple of days ago, we had a big party out on the parking lot, music, food.
Now they don't talk
Right.
politics in the church.
Not really. Not really. Not. I just
okay.
started, but maybe it's a good thing to eventually, because that's
But-
what God gave us right to speak.
Speak
our
to speak up
Constitution.
and everything. Well, that's great. That's great.
What do you feel like your views about the? I know it's not off topic, but in this Palestinian thing, do you think it's a thing like out of the scriptures that, or is it something that may or may not end peacefully? Or I think Israel deserves the right to exist.
Yes.
I believe the Palestinians should have their own little homeland, but I think maybe we have to see how this turns out. It's difficult.
One thing I have on my heart is like my heart went through when this happened, but the question, the reasonable part of my heart, the reasonable part of my brain, you know how many wars we had in Syria and other genocide, Armenians. Why nobody makes such a big a resistance to that?
Mm-hmm.
Why is only like about this?
'Cause
There
if
is
you-
a tension there.
Because if you look at the history, they've been warring, they've been fighting all around, and it's just not.
And
not
it's a lot of emotion. It's a very touchy topic, Israel. They have right to exist, but also I believe that the globalist agenda, it's the one who is running the show. Just like when I had to go through war,
Yeah.
and it was like very weird, how
I
things.
think what we have to do is pray for a peaceful ending.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pray for the Israeli people, and pray for the Palestinians. The Hamas has just got to go. I mean, they're like ISIS, and it's just they're barbaric.
Barbaric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the culture, it's such a big shift.
But
and
they train them from little.
yes, but the problem is, they used to live in peace. Christians, Muslim, Jews,
Yes.
they used to live in peace. What have happened is how the people who
Evil.
are evil,
Yeah.
they create the conflict in order that they can have a war.
Yeah.
And these people need to go down.
But
Yeah.
the thing is,
These
they do
people
it
who are
because
doing that.
they do it because of land, because of resources, money. It's so many little things that are involved in that, and that's if you look into the history, that it all revolves around, like you said, the globalists, the people that are manipulating
To make the
all-
money.
Yeah. So,
That's,
Money is bad.
so do you have your practice now? Your holistic practice?
I
do you try?
continue. I still have that place that I practice, but not on the level like before. I put it all aside because I want to help country.
But
America.
do you have
Right.
clients?
Right.
I have some old clients,
Some old clients.
but I'm not promoting because I just feel like I feel like this is so important. I feel like we have a precinct, we have districts that are full of MAGA people.
yeah.
I believe if we fill Republican Party with people who love America and put America first, Trump would win. Because otherwise, I'm afraid, even in especially here in Arizona, many interests are to get DeSantis in. Probably, the Maricopa is the biggest county next to I forgot the names of others. Crucial for this next election.
It
So
is.
we have 40 days to recruit PCs. So if you know anybody who is a Republican and he's not yet a PC, I can help them to sign them up through Christian Lamar, who's a friend of mine. He's Arizona GOP executive board. He is having 83,000 followers on Twitter. People
Hey.
are loving his guidance because he truly is like almost like a Trump, and he's for Trump. I'm for Trump. You know, anybody who's Republican is now backing on Trump when they're doing this, what they're doing to him. It shows you that that we need to stick with the man.
Who knows?
How much he done for us. He made 4 executive orders to stop human trafficking,
Yes.
which he arrested Epstein. That's alone to me, it's everything. Like,
Yes, it is.
Other messages did you want our chipsters to know regarding your quest on the PCs and the? Do you want to, before we end this program? I want you to at least have a little say so on what you would like to accomplish as a
yeah.
PC, because you're a PC, but you have a lot of duty to the PC.
Yes, I everybody who's a Republican, I encourage you. You have power, and the enemies, or the people who are like establishment, and they want to control everything. Because before we become a communist country like I came from, we can take our power back on our district level, in our precinct. And if you're a Republican or independent, please join us to support Trump. This is our last fight. There is no other president ever. God gave us this man. This, I believe, is our last chance that we can save this country. There is no other. Trump is so old also. We cannot wait for the next term. This is it. And he showed us that he's able and capable, and he loves this country.
So, do you have anything to add from your
No.
Azra?
As pretty much AZ. If you go to azraaz.org, you'll find a lot of information from us there, from our scorecard to legislative stuff. For more information on that, and plus you'll find a Gallo page on that.
And Carlo?
Gallo's right there with them. They'll find another. They're part of the chapter.
Do you have Carlo integrated with Azra?
With Azra, yes.
So
we
have
work
Carlo.
together. We work together.
Okay.
Yeah, we work together.
And how's that organization in numbers wise?
Number-wise, Carlos working. We're just still working. Azra is doing good. We opened up another chapter in Pinal up north. I can't remember what. I just it's up north.
Do you guys ever have a meeting with just a chairman?
Yeah, with this
How
chairman.
often?
We can Zoom it or whatever the case may be.
Oh, so
yeah.
you do have Zoom meetings?
Yeah, we do have Zoom meetings. It was legislative board and everything else.
And how often does Azra meet?
Azra meets once a month. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for being a guest and honoring us with your presence. And
Yes,
thank you for your
yes.
history. I know some of it was kind of hard, because it's personal. But people got to see you, and they'll see you again in your LD. They'll see you at the convention. Your neighbors will see you, and hopefully some of them will watch the Chips and Salsa show.
Yes.
Tune in
Yes.
to Rumble. Have your friends subscribe to Rumble. Rumble isn't, they don't censor our program in Rumble. YouTube, sometimes they'll censor our program.
No.
So we are on YouTube, we're on Facebook, but Rumble is the one that we like people to start switching to, because it's it's actually lets us say what we want to say. And podcasting is the future, and the future is freedom. So tune in next week or to our next show, and we'll see who our guests are. And hopefully we'll have a really good show to show you. This is Don Jorge, and thank you and happy holidays, by the way.
Thank you.